After giving specific admonitions, first to wives, then husbands in 1 Peter 3, Peter continues with more general admonitions which apply to us all. He writes, "Finally, all of you be of one mind, having compassion for one another. Love as brothers, be tender-hearted, be courteous, not returning evil for evil or reviling for reviling, but on the contrary, blessing, knowing that you were called to this, that you may inherit a blessing." That's 1 Peter chapter 3 and verse 9, 8 and 9. Now, these admonitions are summed up with the call of all Christians to love one another. In this, both Peter and John are in agreement. John writes, "He who loves his brother abides in the light, and there is no cause for stumbling in him. But he who hates his brother is in darkness and walks in darkness and does not know where he is going because the darkness has blinded his eyes." That's 1 John 2 and verses 10 and 11. Now, the Greek word Philadelphos is the word that Peter uses. This indicates a very strong affection that we're to have toward one another as disciples. As we note, the preeminent importance of our spiritual relationship as brothers and sisters in Christ and our common goals and ethics, the fact that we are part of a spiritual family leads us to love. Interestingly, John uses a different word translated love in his text. It's agapeo. Our affection for one another does not fully describe our relationship. Such affection is to lead us to be altruistic toward each other, seeking ultimately the greatest benefit and provision to each other. Now, together, these two words aptly describe our relationship, leading to Peter's instructions that we ought to be compassionate and tender-hearted and courteous, blessing each other with our conversation and conduct. This is what it truly means to, quote, love as brothers. Now, interestingly, Peter indicates that such action on our part will be rewarded with the inheritance of a blessing. As Peter quotes from the 34th Psalm in verse 15, he writes, quote, "that the eyes of the Lord are on the righteous, and his ears are open to their prayers. The face of the Lord is against those who do evil." That's in 1 Peter chapter 3 and verse 12. Now, those who turn away from evil and do good are described as those disciples who are called to inherit the blessing. It's not surprising that such language is used. God sets the parameters of reception. He has clearly called us all through the gospel, as Mark 16 and verse 15 tells us. But not all currently respond to receiving the blessing. They don't correctly respond to it. And here Peter is writing to other Christians. He calls them to faithfulness and describes behavior that brings that blessing. To reject faithfulness is to reject God's gift. May it not be so with any who hear this.